If you saw my previous video, that was basically like an update about what has been going on in our life. You know that things have been crazy. And so I have had a really busy day today, and I really wanted to get this video out for you guys. So I am kind of stealing away for a few minutes just to film this video. It is going to be an update on this homeschool year, the 2018-2019 homeschool year. If you'd like to see kind of how we're wrapping everything up and how everything went, keep watching. Hi everyone, I'm Michelle and this is A Common Life. If you're new to my channel, I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 kids. We kind of follow the classical model as far as homeschooling is concerned, but we do send our kids to a hybrid homeschool 2 days a week. So they go to that school 2 days and then they're home the other 3 days doing all of their homeschool work. And yes, that is still homeschooling. I get a lot of questions about that, but yes, it's still homeschooling. I am still the one that is in charge of everything. I am the one that is accountable to make sure that they get all of their work done and everything like that. So that's what we do. And this year has been a little crazy. If you can hear, there's just like tons of noise going on behind me right now, or actually that direction, they're not behind me. But it has been a crazy day today. I had, we had 2 dentist appointments. Gregory had to go get more labs drawn. We had to go get a swim team suit. We had to go to the store. What else? There was something else I had to do. I still have to run more errands this afternoon, and then we still have swim team tonight. And then tomorrow I'm hosting book club in our house, and my in-laws are coming for a visit. So yes, this has been a very busy Monday, but I would like to film this video so that I can get it up for you. Hopefully, maybe Wednesday, you'll be watching this video. But anyway, our life has been crazy, and basically since about, I don't know, maybe end of January, beginning of February, things got really crazy. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it is all about Gregory's health. What has been going on with him? That is why our schedule has just been incredibly abnormal. I already talked about all of this in a video. I will link to it up above for you to go ahead and check that out. That way you kind of understand where I'm coming from. So with all of Gregory's health issues, we did enroll him, because we didn't really know what was going on. We did enroll him in January in the hybrid homeschool because we knew that some kids had left and we had wanted him to go there for the upcoming school year. And so we thought, well, why don't we just see if he can fill in one of those places of kids that had left. And so they were really nice, accommodating to us regarding that. He does have dyslexia, so that was one of those kind of concerns where we didn't know if it was going to work or not. So we did enroll him in that school. Unfortunately, because of all of his health issues, he was just really struggling. He had lots of just kind of anxiety and then obviously health issues and things like that. So because of all of his health concerns, he actually did not finish out the school year there. He missed a lot of days. And it's not cheap. So it was kind of a big waste of money, unfortunately, for us. His teachers and the director of the school were really kind, and they tried to be as accommodating as possible, but in the end, we decided that we were just going to pull him out for the last few weeks of school because it just wasn't worth it to us to add more stress and anxiety to him when he already had so many things going on, all of these procedures and surgeries and x-rays and ultrasounds and blood tests at least once, if not twice, every single week, and all different other kinds of tests and things like that. So he finished that school very early, and honestly, he's in the 3rd grade right now, and his 3rd grade year is not done at all. We will be definitely taking the rest of this summer, probably all the way through August, probably I would say halfway through August, to finish up all of his curriculum, because he just hasn't felt well. He hasn't felt up to doing a lot of it. So we've been doing teaching textbooks with him, and he is definitely more than halfway through, probably 2/3 of the way done with that. He'll finish that up no problem this summer, and then all of his other curricula will also be continuing this summer. And this video is not going to be about our plans for next year, but I will kind of let you know that things are changing for him next year. I'm not going to tell you why, because I'm going to be sneaky like that, but make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you want to see what our plans are for him in the upcoming year. So I kind of started with the middle child, which makes absolutely no sense, but that's just kind of everything is revolving around him and his schedule right now, because that's just how it has to be. So let me go back and go to my youngest child, Eric, who's 5. He turned 5 in October, so he started the year in preschool, and he basically did like a preschool / kindergarten type of year, but we are doing full kindergarten curriculum for next year, because honestly, I feel like with boys, I don't feel any reason to rush them, because a lot of times they like kind of maturity wise and developmentally, they're behind a little bit, behind girls at least, not always, but That's kind of what I've seen with my boys. And so for him, we're going to be doing like full kindergarten next year. So he he knows like all of his letters and his letter sounds. He can sound out small words. He's not like reading, but he can definitely sound things out. And he's been doing like kindergarten / first grade math. And then, yeah, he's just kind of been doing whatever we do. Like if we do something for science or nature study or an art project or whatever it is, he's just been kind of doing that along with us. So it's been a very, very laid back year because it just had to be. We really honestly didn't have much of a choice with him. So that's just how it had to be. Next year, it will be very, very structured, but I will go into that in my next video. So then we have John, our second grader, and John has done great this year. His reading has improved so much. He can read, almost anything now. He's definitely very much at or above grade level, whereas last year when he was in first grade, he was barely reading by the end of first grade. I mean, really, really, really struggling, really behind. He's just, I don't even know how to describe it. He's just made huge strides this year. We're definitely going to be working on more of his like handwriting. He does struggle with some of those fine motor skills. He does have some kind of specific special needs. And so those are things that we just have to work on at home and kind of help him improve as he can. But he's ahead in math. He's doing third grade math. And yeah, he just kind of did whatever we did. Same thing as Eric, when we did science project, he did the science project, and we just kind of made it work for their age levels. And I just tried to focus on major reading improvement this year. So lots of reading, lots of writing, and then the math. Those were the three things that we really, really just needed to focus on this spring because there were too many other things going on. And so those were the things that I was like, okay, we got to keep doing these things. We will be doing summer school the whole summer. We're actually starting this coming week. And he used to finish teaching textbooks. And then he is going to be doing a writing book and a spelling book and one of those like summer bridge workbooks. So it's just workbook based. So basically I can like give him the workbook and help him as he needs, but that's basically just to kind of keep him, improving throughout the summer and definitely be ready for, third grade starting in August. Okay, so I'm going to skip over Gregory and move on to Grace. So Grace is my 6th grade daughter. She is our only daughter. She is one of the children who went to the hybrid homeschool, and she did great. She really, really did well. Academically, she did great. There were some days where she really stood out and her teachers would like point her out to her class about things that she had done really well. She was really proud of herself about that. I'm trying to think. She did lots and lots of things. There's so many activities and like presentations and things like that throughout the year. So she did really, really great. Honestly, she's very responsible. The only thing that we have to work on with her and her older brother, David, is getting their teaching textbooks done because the hybrid homeschool workload was a lot, and then combining everything that was going on from like January through now with Gregory, some things just like the math just really slipped by because it wasn't required by the school. So we made sure they got all of their schoolwork done, but they were also like babysitting for us and helping out with the kids and all kinds of things when I was at appointments or at the hospital or whatever it may be. They were kind of stepping up. So I let the math slide, knowing that at the end of May, they would get back to it and they would definitely have that completed by the beginning of August. So she needs to do that this summer. She also has a writing workbook that she's doing this summer and another summer bridge workbook. I will be sharing all about specific books that they are using in a separate video. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see that. But that's the plan for her. And basically the same thing for David. He also did really, really well. We saw a lot of maturity and growth with him this year. He's become a lot more responsible compared to the kid at the beginning of the school year who would like not even want to go to school. And now he was really enjoying it and just really stepping up and showing a lot of responsibility and things like that. I forgot to mention that they both participated in a play just a couple weeks ago at the end of the school year. Grace was in the play, and she was one of the, I wouldn't say main characters, like definitely the secondary character. And David did like backstage and behind the scenes. He did concessions. He did lots of like backstage stuff. So they both did a really great job with that. And they did some other like science presentations and things like that throughout the year as well. And both of them, like some of the teachers graded work, a lot of them did not, but the ones that did, both David and Grace had straight A's from all their teachers. So that was really great. I am not big on grading, honestly, because in our homeschool and the way that I teach, we teach for mastery. So basically, like if they haven't gotten an A, then they need to redo it or they need to fix it or they need to study more and then take it again or, things like that. Like I I'm not going to accept a grade unless it is an A. That's basically how we homeschool. I know that will definitely change for the high school years, but for now, as they're not in high school yet, I can do that. So that's kind of how I handle grading. Maybe I should make a separate video about that. Comment below if you'd like to hear a video about, or see a video, or hear it, whatever you choose to do. I like to watch videos or like listen to videos while I'm washing dishes or folding laundry and stuff like that. So anyway, if you'd like to see a video like that, comment below or like this video and let me know that you'd like to see that. So yeah, we haven't done our standardized testing for the end of the year yet. We're definitely going to be doing that possibly like exactly a week from now is when we will be doing that. And we'll get that done. It's required here in North Carolina. I don't worry too much about standardized testing. Frankly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And I try not to make it into a big deal for my kids because you know, I feel like they've learned a lot this year, and sometimes that doesn't always transfer perfectly on a standardized test, you know what I mean? So I did make a video about standardized testing, which I've noticed is getting a lot more views because people are probably researching standardized testing. So I'll link to that video up here for you to go ahead and check out. It's basically like my views on standardized testing. And I know that there is also a, I think there's a coupon. Is there a coupon code? I feel like there's a coupon code in that video. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I feel like there is one. So go check that out. And let's see. I'm trying to think. So they also did like some music this year. David has been working on learning all on his own, working on learning Moonlight Sonata on the piano, which has been awesome. We're definitely going to be working harder this summer on having them play their instruments more and do things like that. Like I said, everything's been kind of weird for the past 5 months. Things have just been off, and so we want to get those things back on track. And as far as whether or not this was a good homeschool year or a successful homeschool year, I would say that probably just depends on your perspective. I think for us, this was. I think especially for my older 2 children, it was great. I mean, because they had that hybrid homeschool to carry them through the year, they had a great homeschool year. I mean, they learned so many things. And so I don't worry about them at all. For my younger boys, because they are so young, they're in that's not a word, preschool/kindergarten, and then 2nd and 3rd grade. I feel like as long as we could get that reading, writing, and math accomplished, we were doing enough. Because they already love learning about history and science and nature and art and music, and you know, like they learn about it all the time, even if it's just like a silly video that they watch on Netflix or something like that. So I know that they're learning these things, and we don't treat homeschool like this isolated event that happens from 8 to 3. I mean, we are learning all the time. You know, if they have a question about anything, we go and research it and we learn as much as we can. And my little boys, they have like, all of them have amazing memories. And I know little kids have very good memories, but they're like exceptional. We say that Eric, our 5-year-old, is like an elephant. He like literally never forgets anything. But they just remember everything. So even if it's just me like reading something to them or showing them something and explaining things, like they retain everything. So I know that even though it wasn't the year I planned for at all, it really wasn't, I feel like we still got a lot of things done. So honestly, sometimes you just have years like this. Sometimes, you know, even if they went to public school or something, they could have a bad teacher and not do well one year, and then the next year it go great because they have a teacher they enjoy. You know, I mean, everyone has years like this, regardless of whether or not you're in public school or you homeschool or private school or whatever you do, hybrid. You know, we all have years that are kind of off. And so I would definitely say that this year, especially like the 2019 portion of this year, was off, definitely. But we're gonna get back on track this summer, and then, you know, hopefully in a week or so we should have some of Gregory's health issues figured out, possibly, maybe, we'll see. I mean, it's literally been taking 4 years, oh my goodness, 4 months to figure this out. Like, it's crazy. So, but I guess that's how it goes. But anyway, yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully things will get better, but you know, you can only take it one day at a time. And if you're ever going through a season like this where, you know, like the mom and the dad are doing everything they can and it's still just bare bones, I promise you it's okay. Because everything with like history and science and all of those other electives and things like that, they all kind of circle back around. You do them again in high school. So I wouldn't worry if your kid is not, you know, learning all their, like we were doing American history at the beginning of this year and we dropped it like probably beginning of February. We haven't done any American history with my boys, my younger boys. I'm not worried about it. Like, we'll do it again in a few years probably. So I'm not super concerned about that. I know it'll circle back around. So I would just say don't worry about it. I'm kind of preaching to the choir right now because I need to hear this myself, because it's hard. It's hard as a homeschool mom, especially as a YouTuber who I know, like, people will come to my channel and look for advice. And right now my advice to you is, you know, just do what you can do. And some years are going to be amazing and you're going to do like projects and all these kinds of amazing things. And then other years you're going to get that reading, writing, and math done and be okay with it, you know? So that's just the way it has to be sometimes. So anyway, that is just kind of summing up how our year went. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I am going to be doing another video that is all about our summer plans. I think I'm actually going to do 2 videos. One is just going to be kind of explaining how we're doing summer school, and then another video showing all the curriculum that we are using for the year. And I've also been thinking about doing like a day in the life summer homeschool video. Let me know if you'd like to see something like that. I don't do a lot of vlogs or day in the life. Actually, I don't think I have done one since the first day of school. So it's been a very long time. But if you'd like to see kind of a day in the life of our summer homeschool, let me know and I will go ahead and do that for you. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day.